Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Monday Math Mania night. Tonight, we're going to be working on some more GED math questions. So, if you know anyone who is interested in taking a GED test, just have them tune in. You go ahead and share and like this video. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, last Monday I did a session on GED, and I'm doing one again this Monday. So if you know anyone who's interested in taking a GED, just tell them to stop by my page and look at some sample questions that they may or may not see, or at least the topics. Okay, let's get started. In her geology class, Linda had to map all the streams found in a national park. If the longest stream measures 12 kilometers, how long will it be on the map if Linda uses a scale of 1 centimeter equals 100 meters? Okay, so for this type of question, you have to know, the order of the units. So I remember the acronym King Henry died under dirty, cold mud. That's what helps me to remember the order in which everything goes. And I know that this is kilo, this is hecto, and I believe this one is it deca? I think it's deca. And then these are your units. And then this is deci. And then centi. And then milli. Okay, I think that's the order. Like, it could be, so today we're going to be doing meters. So kilometers, hectometers, decameter, and then meters. And then centimeter, decimeter, centimeter, and millimeter. I'm probably wrong. I get the D's messed up, but I think that's the right order. Anywho, what we need to do is first convert our kilometers to meters. So then we can switch it to centimeters. So what I am accustomed to doing, and like I said, I do King Henry died under dirty, cold mud. If I want to change it from kilometers to meters, and I know meters is under units, I got to see how many spaces I need to move to the right. So this is 1, 2, 3 spaces. So I'm going to take my 12 kilometers, and here I'm going to move 3 spaces to the right. 1, 2, 3. And for every empty space, I'm going to put in a 0. So 12 kilometers is now equal to 12,000 meters. Okay, so now I'm looking at my scale. And the scale says that 1 centimeter is equal to 100 meters. So we want to know, well, how many centimeters do I get when I do 12,000 meters? So, hey Sierra, how you doing? So I'm going to convert my 12. I need to convert my 12,000 meters to X amount of centimeters. And I know that my scale is 100 meters is equal to 1 centimeter. Okay, so here you either recognize that you need to do division, or anytime I have any setup like this, I know that I can make a proportion. Either way, it depends on what you remember from school. So I know I can say 100 into 12,000, and I get, I'm having problems. Bring down to 0. Then it made 2, then 200, 0, bring it down, 0. Okay, so my answer is going to be 120 centimeters. Okay, now to show you the proportion way, you can change these two proportions if you're more comfortable with that. So I would just do each one of the equal signs. I would say 1200 or 12,000 meters over x centimeters is equal to 100 meters over 1 centimeter. And if you remember this, you can cross multiply. So this would be 100x. And when I mean cross multiply, I mean like multiply like this. They call it cross product as well. And so you do 100 times x and you get 100x. And then you do 12,000 times 1 and you get 12,000. And then you just divide both sides by 100. And that's how you get your answer of x equals 120 centimeters. So that would be your answer choice here. Okay, let's keep moving. For this question here, it says, what is the effect on the surface area of a sphere if its radius is halved? So that means you're going to cut the radius in half. So with this one here, you either have to, well, let's just do it. First off, what's the surface area of a sphere? The surface area of a sphere is equal to 4 pi r. Now, I don't know if the GED gives you a reference sheet or do you have to have this memorized, but this is the surface area of a sphere. So you have 4 pi r squared, okay? So they're asking you if you was to cut the radius in half. That's what that means. So me being the person that I am, I know that r, what I'll do with this r is I'll rewrite it as 4 pi. And then instead of putting r, I will put r over 2 and then square it. And so I'm going to show you this way and I'm going to show you another way. So this way we have 4 pi. And this would be r squared over 4. Okay, so really all of this is really over 4. So I'll rewrite it as 4 pi r squared, and all of this is over 4. So you could cancel out the 4's and you're left with just pi r squared. Okay, so I know that what's going to happen is all I have to do is divide my surface area by 4, and that'll give me the effect of being having a radius that's half. That's what this would do. So, but here's another way you can find out. So let's do a scenario. Let's say that the radius started out to be 10. So let's plug it into our formula. The surface area would now be 4 pi times 10 squared. That's going to get me 4 pi times 100. This would be 400 pi. Okay? But let's say we cut the radius in half. So 10 divided by 2 is going to get me 5. So now the surface area is going to be 4 pi, and then we'll put 5 squared. Well, 5 squared is 25. 25 times 4 is 100 pi. So look at the difference between these two. We have 400 pi. We have 100 pi. So all I need to do to the original surface area, if I divide the original surface area by 4, I get the 100 pi. So what is the effect on the surface area of a sphere? If its radius is half, you just divide by 4. Okay, let's go to another one. Now this one says, what is the area of a rhombus if its diagonals measure 12 centimeters and 8 centimeters? Again, I don't know if they give you a reference sheet, But the area of a rhombus is A equals 1/2 diameter 1 times diameter 2. So we have, this one would be our D1 and this one would be our D2. So you just multiply. A is equal to 1/2 12 times 8. And when it comes to the math, you could either multiply these together, which will get you 96, and then divide by 2, and you'll get 48 square centimeters. Or if you are pretty good at your math and you remember to simplify your factors, you can pretty much do that ahead of time and make this 6. And then 6 times 8 is going to get you 48. So you could do it two different ways, if you remember. Yeah, so it's two different ways, same answer. So it's going to be 48 square centimeters. And all area is going to be square units. So keep that in mind when you're working with area. Your answer is going to be square units. And when I mean units, I mean meters, liters, what else is square? Just all the units that we have in measurement. So feet, centimeters, those kind of things are units. So just remember that for area. Area is going to have square units. That's why all of your answers have the word square in it, because area is square units. When you work with volume, that's cubic units. Okay? Let's keep moving. It says, which set shows the given numbers in decreasing mode, decreasing order? So we have all of these numbers. 2 of them are in decimal form and 2 are in fraction form. I'm going to put the ones that are in fraction form, I'm going to convert them to decimals because I think it'll be easier to see what they are as a decimal and be able to compare them to one another to put them in order, in decreasing order. So let's take the 3/16. When you're doing this, converting this to a decimal, you got to take your denominator, and that's going to be on the outside. They call that the divisor. It's the divisor, and your dividend is going to be the 3. So now, how many times does 16 go into 3? That's going to be 0. 0 times 16 is 3. Well, 0 times 16 is 0. 3 minus 0 is 3. That's what I meant to say. We're going to add a decimal and a 0 and bring it down. Now, this old school division. I don't know that new school stuff. So, I'm going to bring up the decimal here. How many times is 30? 16 going to 30. That's going to be 1 time. And we get 1 times 16 is 16. And then do our cross out and stuff of that nature. You get 1, 4, add another 0, bring it down. How many times does 16 go into 140? I don't know. Let's see. I know it's not 10. Let's start with 8. So that's going to be 8, 48. Okay. And 16 times 9, 4, 54. It's too high. So it's 8 was good. And we get 128. And I think I'm going to stop there. It's going to be 1, 2. And I know keep going, but I'm not going to keep going. So we just know it's going to be 0.18 something. So far this is 0.18 ... because I don't know the rest. Now let's do the 5/24. And so we have 24 here, 5 under our division sign. And this is 24 into 5 goes 0 times. 24 times 0 is 0. Subtract the 0, you get 5. Add a decimal point and 0, bring it down. 24 goes into 50 2 times. And I'm going to get 48 here. And subtract. You get 2. And I actually could stop right here because look at what I have. I got 0.18, 0.2. So I already know which one is bigger so far now. So this is 0.2 something, whatever. So now let's put it in order decreasing. So our biggest number is the 0.345. So this would be our first number. Then our next number would be the 0.333. And then our next number would be the 5 over 24. And then the 3 over 16. So which answer choice is that? 4, 5. Nope. It's going to be this one. This one right here. So let's keep it moving. So it says if the product of two numbers is 9.275 and one of the numbers is 3.5, what is the value of the other number? I don't know why they've got all these words. It just, this is a division problem. The product of two numbers means you're multiplying two numbers together. So you got a number times a number. And they're equal to 9.275. And it says that one of the numbers is 3.5. So you just say this number times 3.5 is equal to 9.275. So you got to do the inverse operation of multiplication, which is division. So we're going to divide 3.5 into 9.275. Okay, so with decimals, you have to have a whole number outside. And so we're going to move this over to make that 35. And you got to move 1 over on the inside as well. So this is going to be 35 here. And then this is 92.75. And so let's go ahead. So 35 goes into 92. And I do know that's going to be 2 times because I know that 35 times 2 is 70. And I'm going to subtract these 2 and I get 22. Now I'm going to bring down the 7, take up the decimal. Now 35 goes into 227. Let's do some math. 35 times 6 is 30. That's 18, 19, 20, 21. Let's go one more time. 35 times 7, 5, 21. Nope, that's it. So it's going to be a 6 here. And this is going to be 210. Subtract, and I get 17. Bring down the 5. So 35 into 175. So we were pretty close to 175 here. So let's go down 1. 35 times 5 is 25. Oh, we got it. On the money, honey. So this is going to be 5. And 35 times 5 is 175. And the remainder is 0. That's kind of problem we like. We like the remainders of zeros, honey. We feel like we really got it right. So 2.65 is our answer for this question. Now, with the GED, can you use calculators? I have no idea. If you know, let me know. But just in case you can't use a calculator, better know how to do this long division. Okay, let's do this one. It says if a cough syrup is to be taken at a dosage of 1.5 milliliters daily. How many days will a bottle containing 30 and 3/8 milliliters of syrup last? So this is just a division problem as well, but we're dividing mixed numbers. So the entire container is 30 and 3/8, which needs to be divided by 1 and 1/2. So the first step, what I would do is change both mixed numbers to improper fractions. So here's a lesson on changing it. So we got 30, you got the 8 and the 3. So you need to multiply the 30 and the 8, and then you add the 3. So 30 times 8 is 240, and then you add 3, you get 243. So this translates into 243 over 8. You keep the same denominator. So that's what I'm going to write here. 243 over 8. Now divided by, let's do the same thing here, 1 and 1/2. Multiply the denominator of 2 times the whole number of 1, and then add the 1 numerator. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. This is going to be 3/2. So we got 3/2 here. Now, we have to multiply the first fraction, which is 243 over 8, times the reciprocal. Let's write that down. Reciprocal means to flip the fraction. So we have to multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction. And so if we flip the fraction, we just get 2/3. So now you can multiply straight across. You can do 243 times 2, and then 8 times 3, and you get numbers. I'm not going to do that because I like to simplify my factors first because I don't want to be dealing with no big numbers later. So what I'm going to do is take this 2 and this 8. I'm going to divide both of them by 2. And then this 3 and this 243, I know that I can. 3 goes into 243. I know it does that because I know my divisibility rules. So I'm going to divide these by 3 as well. So 243 divided by 3. And you get 8/24. Bring down to 3. And that's going to be 1 and 3 and 0. That's a 3 there. So this is going to be 81. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So now I can just multiply straight across and I get 81 over 4. So how many times does 4 go into 81? It's going to be 2, 8, 1, 0. So you got a remainder. So it's going to be 20. Let's write it up here. It's going to be 20 and 1/4 days. Right? But that's not one of our answer choices. We just get how many days is like a whole number. So how many days will a bottle containing 30 and 3/8 milliliters of syrup last? So it's going to last me 20 days. I could get 20 full dosage of 1 1/2 milliliters. So 20 days it is. All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, the pie chart shows the population distribution according to age group in Santa Monica. What is the difference in the angles occupied by 18 through 40 and 66 through 80 age groups? So the circle shows the population distribution by age group in Santa Monica 2018. So let's look at the different age groups. So the 18 through 40 group is orange, and it's 30%. Okay. And the other one is 66 through 80. 66 through 80 is yellow, and they are 12%. Now, because this is a circle, you trying to find the number of degrees that each one of the triangles are taking up. So you have to multiply each of the percentages by 360 degrees, because that's how many degrees are in around one revolution of a circle. So I'm going to start with the 18 through 40, and they are 30%. So what is 30% of 360 degrees? So we change our 30% to a decimal, which is going to be 0.3, 0.3 times 360. And let's see what that is. That's going to be 0, 8, 9, 10, one decimal place. So 108 degrees. So this is 108 degrees. Now for the 66 to 80, for that group, we have 12% of 360 degrees. So this would be 0.12 times 360. So for that math, we're going, let's go over here. Let's see, 360 times 0.12 is going to be 0, 12, 7, placeholder, 0, 6, and 3. Add it together, you get 0, 2, 13, 43, 2 decimal places. So 1, 2. I know it's 2 decimal places because of this. There are 2 numbers after the decimal on the second line of my product. Alright, so they want to know what is the difference. Difference means to subtract. So I need to subtract the 2 quantities. So I have, let me erase this a little bit. So I have 108. I'm put 2 decimals behind it. Minus 43.20. And so I got 0, 7. It's going to be 9. Did I do that right? Wait, I did too much. Too much. I know I did look funny. Okay, so now I did 8 here. 4, 6. I was doing way too much. Haha. So my answer is going to be 64.8 degrees. Okay. I think that is it for tonight. We just want to do some GED problems. Next week I'll come back with some more problems with the GED. If you know someone who's looking to get their GED, send them my way so I can help them out so they could reach their goal in life, or one of their goals, stepping stone. So I will see you guys next Monday. Ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.